The kettlebell swing is a total body exercise. It's both strength and cardio, helping to build muscle as it burns calories and fat. The swing is as impressive as it is fun. Here you can see that the swing is a ballistic exercise, meaning you use the force generated by your legs to throw the bell out in front of you. The legs can be seen as the engine here, while the arms are the steering wheel guiding the bell up. First, you'll need to set up properly. Position yourself 1 foot's distance away from the bell and have your feet hips distance apart. Now you're ready to hinge. Start by standing up tall. Engage your core by taking a big exhale and sending your tailbone towards the floor and your lower ribs towards your hip bones. Now the ab wall is on. Send your hips back, bending slightly at the knees, just like you were to do a deadlift, but instead reach forward and grab the bell. Tilt it towards you and sit your hips way back. The shoulders should be over the hips and the hips over the knees to create a triangle with your body. Sit back in this position for 5 to 10 seconds to feel the tension build in the back side of the body. This is going to help power your swing. Now we're going straight into the kettlebell hike and park drill. Maintaining the tension in the legs and back, karate chop your inner thighs with your forearms. You'll want to keep the core tight, minimizing the rocking of the body as you firmly hike the bell back and park it back where it started. Here you can see how high in my inner thighs I want to get my forearms. Think of hiking a football. You'd want to send it back and up, not back and down. If you don't get the bell high enough, you won't generate enough power to swing the bell. And if I don't hike the bell high enough, my back starts to round like a turtle. This can cause lower back pain. Instead, make sure to hike the bell high and back to guarantee a strong start to your swing. Practice 3 sets of 5 hike drills and then shake it out before moving on. Next, we're going to practice the pendulum swing. This drill helps practice sending the bell away from you to prepare for projecting it up. Set up like you're going to do the hike drill, but instead of putting the bell down each time, let your arms swing forward. This is what needs to happen to project the bell, but you will actually stand up at that time. For now, try to keep the torso steady and minimize rocking. Some is normal, but don't let yourself sway too much. Practice this for 3 sets of 10. Next, instead of letting the bell swing while staying hinged, we're going to do a power swing where we stand up and project the bell using our glute strength. At the top of the swing, it'll be important to stand tall, squeezing the fronts and the backs of the legs at the same time to keep the core engaged. This is going to help send the hips up instead of out in front, protecting the lower back. Here we set up the way we did for the pendulum swing, hinging and sending the hips back, tilting the bell towards us, and checking that the shoulders, hips, and knees are properly aligned. Screwing the arms into the shoulder sockets, and then hiking the bell, but now standing up tall while letting the arms guide the bell up to shoulder height, and then letting the bell come back between the legs as we shift our hips back to absorb the weight as we park the bell. Make sure to shift the hips back before starting the next rep, resetting your form. Practice this dead stop swing for 3 sets of 5 reps. Now we'll put all of those movements together into continuous swinging motions to do the swing I showed in the beginning of the video. Set up your foot's distance away from the bell, engage the core, hinge down, lock the arms into the shoulder sockets, check that your body is making the triangle, sit back, and hike and project the bell. Continuously swing each time the bell comes down and keep your gaze ahead of you. Each time the bell falls, make sure it's hiking high into the groin to keep your back from rounding and use your glutes or butt to project the bell back up. Repeat this for 10 to 15 continuous swings. Now that you've tried swinging, you might notice that your lower back hurts, and that could be for a few different reasons. 1, if you started upright and not hinged, it's difficult to have proper core engagement and compromises your lower back. The arms don't hike high enough and there's not enough momentum, therefore your back has to work too hard. Instead, make sure you set up properly. Foot's distance away from the bell, hips distance apart. Tilt the bell towards you and sit back. This ensures a strong start to the swing and sets you up for success. Number 2, pain also happens when the hips thrust too far forward and the lower back arches. Often the exercise is cued by saying, thrust your hips. But see here, if I only thrust my hips, they push forward and I'm arching my back. And this can cause a lot of pain. Instead, you'll want to squeeze the fronts of your thighs, aka your quads, and the butt, aka the glutes, at the same time to send your hips up as you stand. Practice squeezing them both at the same time, and you'll see, when done correctly, it's impossible to arch the lower back. This technique takes time to learn. Practice it at the tops of your swings, squats, and deadlifts. The third common problem is the arms aren't packed into the shoulder sockets and the upper back rounds. See here, if I have slack arms, my back can easily round. This can lead to a very sloppy swing. Pain ends up happening in the back because the posterior chain, or muscles on the back side of the body, aren't engaged and working together to keep the back flat. At the same time, the hips are too far forward, and this prevents the back from being flat. And additionally, I'm looking down, encouraging that hump. Instead, keep your gaze straight ahead. This is a standing exercise, so look ahead like you're walking. Send the hips way back, like we practiced together with the other swing drills, and attempt to keep the back's natural curve, which you can see here in my neck, as you hinge. So you're going to want to sit back, grab onto your bell, corkscrew your arms into the sockets while you look straight ahead, sit back, and go into your swings. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more kettlebell content. Thanks for watching.